I love CarPlay on the bike to be able to use the maps, the music, and everything. But while using the map, the direction navigation, I ended up in a few places where there was no signal. So I lost signal. Started to ask myself, what would be the best way to try to have a second plan in place? The nav system, the one that's supposed to come with the infotainment. Was it worth it? I think so. Okay, so as I mentioned on the introduction, when I was riding with a group of guys, one of the first rides of the season from church, we all got together and I was in charge of setting the route up, and we hit a couple of areas where my cell service dropped out. And I love CarPlay and the infotainment, but it just dropped out. In those situations, I kept thinking to myself, what happens? What happens, but what is the second option? What can I do to make sure that I always have something working as a backup? So I caved in, took a look more on the Skyline Navigation on the 23.5 and newer models of the Harley Davidson Grand Touring bikes, mine being the Road Glide, of course, and seeing the functionality and seeing how it works. And from what I understood and what I read, the data uploaded every 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So it's the latest information. So if your cell drops out, the Skyline is still able to operate on the last information that was updated on it, since it kind of does a download. How do you do that? Well, I have my bike tethered, always connected to the phone when I start any kind of ride. And I could do a video on how to do that. If anybody wants to know, leave a comment. I'll be happy to share that. But when I'm riding my motorcycle, I always have the Wi-Fi going against my cell phone. And many would argue, well, if your cell phone drops out, don't you lose the Wi-Fi? No. I'll explain why. You don't lose the Wi-Fi because Wi-Fi is not data. It's just a connection. So even if I lose cell service, the infotainment is still connected to the Wi-Fi of the phone. And when the phone restores the service when it hits the next tower, the Wi-Fi is already connected. And remember, the Skyline is updating traffic, weather, and all the information on a periodic basis. It's not streaming it live the whole time. So that's why I went down that route. And as I was messing with it, I started going on YouTube to see how you set up routes and realized there's not that many videos on that. So that's what this is. I'm going to show you how I set it up. This is just how I do it. But if you have the Grand Touring, of course, you want to create a profile on the website. You could just create one here. And then you would download the app. I'll show you that in a second on the phone view. Download the app and sign in with that same ID. So you go to the Harley website, and as of this video, where you would set up the route or create your route would be on the Harley Davidson website. So you go Discover HD, Riding Hub, Ride Planner, and here is where I was enjoying looking at routes and that. And to be very honest with you, I don't like setting up routes on the phone. I like doing it on the computer. It's easier for me to click. I'm an old guy. I just like clicking with a mouse and viewing things. But let's go ahead and create a route. We're going to go ahead and create a route here on the right hand side. You click on create. And we have all this here. Now what's cool is that you can actually, in the bottom right hand side, hit the satellite view. And if you're looking to stay off of highways, you want to do some back roads like I always do. I'm in the Chicago area. You can kind of zoom in, and I'll show you how you can alter these and really take a look and see, you know, kind of farmland areas or some really good back roads. This is really cool. I was having a lot of fun with it. So I'm going to set up a route heading to the House of Harley. I'll show you how I upload it. So I went ahead and found an address here that I sometimes meet some of my buddies on. It's a gas station nearby. There we go. And then I'm going to add a location, and let's see. We're going to go to the, well, House of Harley. Let's see. Does it show up? Yes, it does. There it is. So you start typing it. Click on that. We now have a route. Okay, but I don't want to do highway. Well, if you didn't want to do highway, right? I don't want to do highway. You just click on avoid in the bottom left-hand side, and you would just choose what you want to avoid. And you can see, as I did that, the route changed. So now it could take me back roads. I don't want to pay for tolls, right? Or ferry tunnels. For this ride, we are doing the highway. So I'm going to keep that on. It's going to give me the fastest route there. Now, here's what's cool. Before I save this and show you how I have that, what's neat about this is if for whatever reason you have some sort of route, I mean, this is only about an hour ride, right? So yeah, right here in the upper left-hand corner, 1 hour, 7 minutes, about 69 miles from where I'm at. But let's just say you just wanted to, I don't know, there's something you want to see, big ball of twine or whatever it is you guys decide to. What's neat about this is you can take this, see that there, move it over here, and you can see that it starts to change the route for you. So now it'll have you go off here. Well, you know what? Maybe there's a chocolate factory over here. I don't know. Well, over there. So now you move those spots around, and it reroutes the whole thing for you. And the cool part is, as you're doing that, it'll still keep everything going. So now it's 1 hour and 21 minutes that I created. I added a 20-some, whatever it is. I don't got math. But I added miles to it. So you can really customize this a lot. So if all of a sudden I put in a point that I didn't want or it was a mistake, right click and remove that. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. And there we go. There's my route. So now that we're done, and I'm done exploring this, let's zoom out a little bit here. Sweet Lord, this is slow. There we go. Now that I'm done with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, upper left-hand side, hit the little pencil. And I'm going to go ahead and just type in, I don't know, House of Harley. And it is saved. We're done. Now, what's cool about this is that you can actually save a bunch of different routes you want to have. I know you could do this on the Apple Maps and Google Maps, and I'm a big fan of those. They're great. I just kind of like this because this is for the direct infotainment, the Skyline on the bike. So if you go to saved, I mean, you have bunch of rides that you can go and set up, you know, home to Lake Geneva, breakfast in Wisconsin. So here's a House of Harley. So there's different places here, or the different routes that you can save, and it's all on your profile. That's the cool part. It's on your profile. Now that it's saved here, let me show you what it looks like on the phone. All right, so on your phone, you go to your app. Go on the bottom in the middle there where it says ride. And if you hit the upper right-hand corner menu, there it is. There is the route we just set up on the computer. Scroll to the bottom and you hit send to bike. And that's it. Your Skyline navigation is uploaded. So let me show you what it looks like when we do it on the bike. Now that the navigation's saved to my profile, what I do is I launch the Harley app. Right here, you click on, or click Touch Rides. In the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see the one that I saved, House of Harley. Tap it, scroll down, and then right there, send it to bike. Send to bike, hit yes. If you look there, we're gonna hit ride. Loading up. We're good to go. All right, now let's go ride and see it work. The nav on the bike, if you actually have it set up with the Wi-Fi to your phone. I'll do another video if you guys want to know about it, but the whole time I had the Wi-Fi activated, so it was giving me all the updates, including that traffic that you saw, and it works. So never failed, stayed on the whole time. My phone did drop out a few times on the way here. We're in Milwaukee right now, another video on that. We're in Milwaukee right now and got us here perfectly fine, no interruptions in the signal. So there you go. I think it's worth it. You know the drill. Please subscribe, like, share, and drop a comment. Let me know what you guys are going through, and then maybe I can learn from you guys or even show you what I do on mine. Okay? God bless you guys, and we'll catch you later.